Left to right, Zach Edey, Braden Smith, Caleb Furst. There's no mics or anything, so.
Hey Braden, just kind of the way you guys started this game from a defensive perspective, just pretty businesslike. Just what was kind of the approach there to start the game?
I don't really necessarily think it was an approach. I think it's just something we try to do every game. I mean, people hit tough shots. Just think tonight we did a little bit better job of that, and then we rebounded the ball and did get them a second chance. So.
Zach, your last game against Minnesota, obviously 30 and 20. You feel like this time their main priority was just to make sure you didn't repeat that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think it comes down to kind of like a pride thing. Like, I bet the coach probably get on them all week about what I did last time. But they played really physical. They really hit me on every box out. They really tried to get me out. I mean, they played hard on me. I felt like I could kind of do some things with the kind of gravity that they might have been giving me. Like I feel like Braden had a few just kind of open layups off the ball screens because their man didn't even want to come over and stop the ball at all. So I tried to kind of play off my gravity even then when I wasn't touching the ball.
Zach, it seemed like you really kind of affected them from a defensive perspective. You kind of sense that around the basket that when they kind of saw you, things changed a little bit.
Yeah, sometimes I always try to just protect the rim when you have two people like that on their team that are kind of more drivers, rebounders, not really floor spacers. It allows me to sit around the basket. I felt like I was really protecting the rim well. A lot of times they weren't even trying to shoot hips. They were kind of going for those contested twos, those tough twos, and that's really what we want on a defense perspective.
Braden, last time you played Minnesota, and obviously with the game Zach had, you didn't score at all. It's the only game you haven't scored in your college career. Totally different game tonight, obviously. Did you feel like early on you're going to have those opportunities because of what Zach did the last time you played them?
100%. I mean, just like you said, just like when he sets those ball screens, like he's such a big target and such just a good player. So like when people don't, like his man doesn't want to get off. So like for me and Fletch and other guards, just to be able to go past and just kind of get our layups. I mean, it's there all game. And if not, then their big helps a little bit and we throw a lob and then he's got dunks. So it's real beneficial.
Do you feel like you're a triple-double caliber type player? At halftime, you had more assists, or 9 points to their 12, and I think 6 boards to the other team's 9. So.
I mean, I just kind of play the game. I mean, obviously, I just want to put people in places to be successful and just go from there, really.
And Caleb, kind of feeding off that, the way that they boxed Zach, did you have more rebound opportunities tonight because they weren't going to let him go off for 22 boards?
Yeah, I mean, I think every game, with the attention that Zach draws, it definitely opens up rebounding opportunities for all of us, whether it's, Braden flying in from the nail or me, for that weak side rebound or flying in as well. Yeah, just with the attention he draws, it definitely helps us out.
Hey Zach, you've been through a couple of these seasons now. How important was it just to come out here and play really well and not just kind of be okay and get through it?
Yeah.
Random Thursday night in the Big Ten.
That's something we really harped on. Kind of like every game is almost a championship game. You look back at last year, you look at Rutgers, you look at Michigan State, you look at IU, you look at all those games that we lost by one possession. If you take one possession from any of those games, we're a Big Ten champion last year. So kind of focus on these games that maybe people might overlook and really honing in and trying to put them away early.
Hey Caleb, did that kind of extend into the portions of the game where you guys had a pretty big lead? It didn't seem like anybody was really playing the scoreboard. It seemed like the same approach for the most part from start to finish.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like Z said, paint talk before the games, talk about whether you're, tied up 20, down 20. We just got to keep the same approach and keep playing hard and keep sticking to what we know, keep sticking to what we've worked on. And I think for the most part, we were able to do that pretty well tonight.
Hey Braden, just those threes you were able to make off that high screen from Zach, just kind of like a Statue of Liberty type of deal. Mm-hmm. That's something you've been kind of working on. That's something you're going to start looking for more. I know you've kind of done that a little bit more this season.
Yeah, I don't really think it's something I work on. I think it's just something like I can do. I haven't done it, but it's something I can do, and just trying to get comfortable with it. Obviously, it's a little hard, I'm a little bit shorter, so when Z kind of rolls sometimes, I can't see the rim. But I mean, I try to take the shots when they're there. So.
You preempted my next question. I was going to ask you if you could see the rim when you're standing in front.
Yes, no, sometimes I cannot.
Caleb, that block at the end of the first half, what did you see?
Well, Coach Payne was actually telling me to foul Battle when he called it the 3-point line, but I thought he was yelling at Z, to get back and take the rim, so I didn't. But I guess it worked out all right. But probably should have fouled there instead. But yeah.
Hey Caleb, just Jamison Battle and Dawson Garcia's ability to shoot from the perimeter was something that theoretically could have been a problematic matchup for you guys. Just sort of the job you guys did defensively, making sure that they didn't get good perimeter looks. What was the key to that?
Yeah, I'd say that was probably, the main thing we worked on defensive-wise is just defending a lot of their actions, whether it's in the, the Butler actions, the down screen into a dribble handoff. And so, we really harped on that a lot of practice, worked on that a lot of practice, and worked on just knowing if you let guys like that get their head up early, it's going to be a long night for you. And so we just kind of, right from the jump, tried to kind of cut off their water supply, and then we were able to extend that throughout the rest of the game.
Zach, does this kind of show, and I know that you guys know you can win in a variety of ways, but we don't have to have 30 points and 15 boards from our big man. We don't have to have, one player step up and score 22 points or Fletcher going off at the end of games. You can find ways to win in a variety of fashions.
Yeah, I've never believed that we needed 30 and 15 for me to win. I feel like our team's really good. I feel like we're really deep. We have a lot of guys that can really do a lot of damage. I've never believed, sometimes I'll score 30 and 15 because of the gravity that other people take away. They don't want to double me, like Michigan State, they don't want to double me because I'm surrounded by 4 shooters. So I'll have those big games, but I never believed that I need to carry any type of offensive load. I'll just make the right play every time. It's not the right place scoring the ball, score the ball, right place kicking it out, I'll pick it up.
Caleb had the block late. Zach had a big block on a dunk. Braden, how does that ignite the rest of your team, and how does that help knowing you have that kind of length and defensive rim protection
It's
behind you?
definitely a spark. Just being able to see that there's 5 seconds left. Sometimes people just give it up, but Caleb got the block, and then obviously Z's down there for a reason. I mean, no one's gonna get in the paint and get a shot over him. I mean, if they do, then we'll give them a high five and move on to the next play. But I mean, it's awesome just to see that. And then once that happens, it obviously ignites our offense. And then once we get a good play on the next possession, then kind of just sets our defense for the next play.
Anything else?